This is going to be a video on how I would recommend getting into 40K, just in general. Now, if you are a Space Marine fan, or if you're a Space Marine or Tyranids, right now, 10th edition, I know it's about to become 11th edition, so 10th edition, would I recommend anything off of this? I would recommend a starter box. Honestly, I really would. It gives you a paintbrush, colors. The paintbrush isn't the greatest, but it gives you all the colors you need for said minis and a paintbrush. Now, you don't have these are all push to fit, which is you should get some clippers, side cutters, something. Honestly, this one does come with side cutters, but it does not come with the full range of paints that I would recommend for stuff. But I'm telling you that if you like these two Space Marines, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be Ultramarines, but if you like Space Marines, this is a very easy way to get 3 practice Marines of, okay, paint them however you want and just do them for practice. Same thing with Termagants, because God knows you're going to get way too many of those when you have a Tyranid army. If you really, so say you got this and you like Ultramarines and or whatever Marines, it doesn't have to be Ultramarines, and you decide, okay, I want more minis. Would I recommend a starter box? Now, I'm telling you, don't buy this shit from GW. Amazon has a 15% off discount across the board. So don't buy GW directly. I am literally just showing you this because this is the easiest place to find all this stuff. So if you want more, I would say get more by getting one of these boxes, not from GW. I will tell you, this is 10th edition. 11th edition is around the corner. If you do not like Tyranids and maybe you want to wait for something other than Tyranids, which is more than likely going to be a good chance 11th edition is going to be Orcs and Space Marines, go ahead and wait till 11th edition. That way you can learn the game with 11th edition rules and you can have Orcs and Space Marines, especially if you like Orcs. So there's way other ways to get into this hobby. So we will actually go away from 40K for a minute to go look at another game. It is called Kill Team. And we'll click shop all because it has its own stuff. So this does not include like paints and stuff, so you'll have to buy paints, but this is a very easy way to get into a specific army. Almost every single kill team that you see here has rules for the actual game. Let me actually make sure we look specifically at, okay, this is specifically kill teams. So if you want Mechanicus, here's Mechanicus for $70. Now, this is just the unit, okay? This isn't how I did it. I'll explain how I did it in after we look over kill team stuff. But kill teams are specialized units that not only you can use for 40K, but you can play a whole nother game with it. So if you just wanted to start out very bare bones into the lowest version of 40K, here it is. You get kill team, you get whatever kill team you want and a rule book, and you just set up a board by the designs that it wants it to be. The dimensions that you need it to be, and you can play Kill Team, which is a smaller version of 40K. That's actually really dope, and I might buy that. I like the whole pop-up thing. But I mean, you got Kazarkin, so let's quickly go through these. Mechanicus, Imperial or Agents of the Imperium, I believe. I want to say that's that. World Eaters, Imperial Guard, Eldar, Chaos, because they're beastmen, Agents of the Imperium again, Necrons, Tau. I've never actually seen this kill team. I might have to snag it later. Maybe. I don't know. I've got a bunch of Crude to paint anyways. There's a lot of Imperial Agents kill teams. This is Astra Militarum, Tau again, another Imperial Agents. Brood Brothers is Gene Stealer Colts and Astra Militarum mixed. Kazarkin are Astra Militarum. This is Space Marine Scouts. This is a unit in Space Marines army as well, but the Scouts are also a kill team. These are out of stock, but I'm still going to go over them. This is Tyranids, Orcs. I was going to say Zinch, but I'm pretty sure it's just Chaos in general. Dark Elves, Squats, aka Leagues of Votann. Again, just in general, both of these are just regular. I can't think. Chaos. Night Lord specific Chaos, but it's still under the general banner of Chaos. Dark Elves. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's Dark Elves, and then Leagues of Votann again. So you do have some more of a range to start with this, and you don't have to like get a crazy. You don't have to spend a crazy huge amount of money. Again, do not buy from GW. Buy from a discount dealer. You can buy some of these used or pre-built or whatever if you prefer. But I'm saying don't spend your money on from GW your very first time. Let's look at how I started into this whole hobby. So basically, I knew I liked Space Marines, so let's go to Space Marines. It really doesn't matter where we go because they're all going to be... Where is Ultramarines? Oh, there I am. I'm blind. So I started out painting Ultramarines, and there's a reason why I did. It was box art. I do not recommend you paint box art. Find something you really like. I was like, Ultramarines are okay. I really don't like any of the main chapters quite. I am more of a Chaos guy myself. I love my World Eaters, and I love my Death Watch. So I'm not specifically one of the 9 chapters that are loyalist. If you're gonna ask me my personal favorite unit, it is the Blade Guard Veterans. I really love the design and look of these guys. I love to kit bash them too. Same thing with these. Okay, so initially these are push to fit minis. I hate them because of that, but I made them jet bikes, and they're so cool. And I want to figure out how to make it so you guys can make your own jet bikes at home. And if I gotta sell the 3D printed parts for you guys to do it, I'll sell them to you easy. No problem. The jet bikes are so cool, so fun. All you need are some extra flight stands from something, and you could just have them on a flight stand. Oh, mine turned out so good. I'm so excited to paint them, but I need those Death Watch ones. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm going on a rant. Where I started out and what I would recommend is get something like Assault Intercessors, or I didn't even start with Assault Intercessors. Get a Reaver Squad also works. I wouldn't recommend a character to start with because characters have a lot of extra design. Like this Reaver Lieutenant looks super dope, but look at all the extra bits. If you've never painted before, that's going to be super intimidating. I would not recommend a vehicle either. You could do infiltrator squads, but there's a lot of extra stuff on these as well. I would say hold off on doing that. You could practice on old Marines. I'm going to give you the heads up. Old Marines are probably going to go away eventually, but it'd be recommended to practice on them as well. Here we go. Right? Yes. This is what I started out on first. This is just a regular intercessor squad. I learned how to build minis and everything through this box. And my very first mini, which is literally 2 feet from me, not even 2 feet, it's literally right next to me, is how I learned how to paint these. And you can paint these any color. That's the nice thing. You do not have to stick with Ultramarines. You could literally make them Crimson Fist, Dark Angels. Do we have any other things besides Ultramarines? Nope. Okay, that's all the box art. That's all the artwork they wanted to show you. It shows you all the sprues. It's really simplistic to just get a single box for, honestly, you're probably going to pick it up for $50 on anywhere else. Get a box for $50, get some paints, try it. If you don't like it, you didn't waste that much money. The one thing I would tell you not to do, and sorry, I know I jumped you around there a little bit. Don't necessarily just jump into the ultimate starter box. Don't do that. Try just regularly painting some generic Marines. Do not, I repeat, do not do Combat Patrol. Combat Patrol is okay. I like this hobby. I'm going to paint a bunch of minis because Combat Patrol throws 17 units at you, including a character and 3 elite units for the Ultramarines. If you're a very beginner painter, that's going to be super fucking intimidating. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intercessors to get through. There's 5 intercessors in total, regular intercessors, to start getting good before you start getting to your Reavers, before you start getting to your Gravis, and before you start getting to your elite and character mini. Now, and not only that, but it is discounted. Technically, it's discounted. It's not discounted when they only throw 5 of a unit in instead of a whole 10, but that's my personal opinion. It's technically discounted, and it's cheaper to do it this way than it would be to buy a box of 10, a box of 10. This is a box of 1, that's a box of 1, and the one single character. Yeah, it's technically cheaper. But I would not want you to just immediately be thrusted into, oh, so say let's say I'm going to buy, where is it? It's sold out already, isn't it? I want to buy my Krieg box because I need to. God damn, of course it's sold out. That's fine. Say I wanted to buy this box, right? I like Krieg version of Astra Miltarm. First of all, that's the worst thing. I don't like painting horses yet. I'm so nervous on painting my horses that I already have. I have like 10 of them to paint, but this throws so much stuff at you, and some of these details are so tiny, and I can guarantee you someone will look at this banner and be like, how the fuck am I going to paint that? I would never recommend a combat patrol for a new painter or a starter set. Really, I really wouldn't. The only combat patrol I would ever recommend for a new painter is Necron. And that is because Necron are so simple and easy to paint, it's hard to mess it up. I don't recommend spending this much money on your first minis, but again, it's so easy to paint, it's hard to mess up. Honestly, the hardest thing you're going to paint is this and this. It's not the Necron mini, it's not the big cannon or anything like that, because a lot of it can just be metallic. Base it black, paint metallics, you're done. It's you don't even need to do the green. I do mine blue. It's crazy how easy it is to paint Necrons. Necrons would be the only thing I'd be like, you'd be like, okay, I really like Necrons. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get those. So be careful when you're starting this hobby not to throw yourself into the deep end too much, because when you get, we're gonna use this as an example, when you get the Necrons, the Tyranids. You might think, oh yeah, I like the bugs. Space Marine 2 is really cool. I love fighting bugs. When you have to paint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Gene Stealers, you might think that's not bad. You might think, you know what? This is a good box. I want 2 of everything from this box. You have 20 Gene Stealers to paint, and then you get something else, and then you have another 20 Gene Stealers, and then you have 40 Gene Stealers to paint in the long run, and you just got to paint the same mini over and over and over and over and over. And Hordes armies are not the best to start out on. Honestly, what I would recommend, if you like them, Space Marines aren't a Horde army. Don't do anything Chaos for your very first chance, unless you really love your Chaos minis. Gene Stealer Colts also hold off on. Where the hell are they? Where's Custode? Oh, there you go. Custodes would be something I recommend. You could literally buy 3 of these boxes and have an army. It's best for your dollar. Not AdMech. Don't do AdMech. That is the worst price for your dollar, and they are very difficult to paint. Tau is fine, not too bad. I haven't done much else. I have not painted any Adeptus Custodes, but it's mainly just dip it in gold. Don't literally actually dip it in gold paint. Dip it in gold paint and then do the detailing. It's like I do my Death Watch. I base paint it black and then I do all the detail work. So hopefully this will help any new people coming into the hobby. Hopefully I did not just confuse the dog shit out of you. And hopefully you can enjoy the start to the hobby. I know I've introduced multiple people to the hobby, and I've always recommended, if they can find one of their favorite armies in a kill team, get it in a kill team first. Because if you were to be like, I like World Eaters, I'm going to get these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8 minis to paint. There is detailing work on these, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minis before you get to something that's super detailed. So I would highly recommend doing something like this. Also, that price is a great number. I'm sorry, I might be 28, but that shit still makes me laugh. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Bye.